Superhero movies have become predictable lately, but what if the next big breakthrough in the genre isn't about world-ending battles, but about pregnancy and parenthood?
That's such an interesting shift in perspective. The way this new Fantastic Four film approaches these deeply personal themes while maintaining the cosmic scale is really groundbreaking.
You know what's fascinating about this take? They've completely skipped the tired origin story. Instead, we're dropped into this gorgeous retro-futuristic 1960s universe where the team is already established and beloved. And then boom, Sue Storm's pregnancy changes everything.
The visual aesthetic they've created for Earth 828 is really something special. The way they've blended that classic 60s design with futuristic elements must have been quite a challenge.
Speaking of challenges, let's talk about this incredible cast. Pedro Pascal brings such nuance to Reed Richards. He's not just the brilliant scientist anymore, he's a soon-to-be father, dealing with all these uncertainties. And Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, she completely transforms the role.
What really struck me was how they handled the team dynamics. The tension between Johnny Storm and Reed Richards feels so authentic. You've got this young hothead trying to prove himself against this established intellectual leader.
And then Julia Garner shows up as Silver Surfer, or Shalabal, with this absolutely chilling message about Earth's doom. The timing couldn't be worse for our expecting parents, right? It's like getting terrible news, right, when you're already dealing with pregnancy anxiety.
Well, that leads to probably the most compelling moral dilemma I've seen in a superhero film lately. How do you handle Galactus essentially asking these parents to sacrifice their unborn child to save the planet?
That's exactly what makes this film so different. It's not just about saving the world. It's about how the world reacts when their heroes choose their family over humanity's immediate safety. The public backlash feels so relevant to current discussions about personal choice versus collective good.
The way they've developed these characters beyond their powers is really impressive too. Like Ben Grimm's romantic subplot with Rachel Rosman. It adds this wonderful layer of humanity to the thing.
You know what really works? The addition of Herbie, the family robot. It could have been just comic relief, but instead, it becomes this perfect symbol of how they're trying to balance their extraordinary lives with normal family concerns.
So, what do you think about how they handled the pregnancy storyline throughout the film? All those tests to determine if the baby would have powers, it adds such an interesting layer of tension.
Well, it's brilliant because it taps into universal parental anxieties, but amplifies them to superhero scale. And when Galactus reveals that their unborn son Franklin will have unimaginable powers, it completely validates all their earlier concerns.
The final confrontation must have been quite challenging to balance, keeping both the personal stakes and the cosmic threat feeling equally important.
That's where director Matt Shakman's TV background really shows through. He manages to keep the emotional core of the story intact, even during these massive action sequences. The resolution feels earned because it's rooted in who these characters are, not just in their powers.
Looking at the bigger picture, this really could change how superhero stories are told going forward.
Absolutely right. With a PG rating and an 8 out of 10 score, they've proven you can tell a sophisticated, emotionally complex story while still making it accessible. It's exactly the kind of reinvention this genre needed. Instead of just going bigger and louder, they went deeper and more personal.
And in doing so, they've created something that might actually resonate with audiences long after the credits roll.
You know what's really going to be interesting? Seeing how this influences future superhero films. Will we start seeing more stories that focus on the human side of these larger-than-life characters? Because this film proves that sometimes the most compelling conflicts aren't about saving the world. They're about protecting the people we love.
You've been listening to Movies First.
Available at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favourite podcast player. You can also stream on demand at Bytes.com.
This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.